Opposition Forum for Democracy and Development FDD leader Edith Nawaki has charged that President Hakainde Hichilema risk being labelled one of the most corrupt presidents together with his ministers at the time they will leave office. Ms. Nawaki says the signs have so far shown that Mr. Hichilema is doing contrary to his message on the fight against corruption, but that he remains safe for now as he is still in power. She cited Mr. Hichilema continued stay at a community house as one of the irregularities and further alleges that it is possible that corrupt activities are taking place from there as the refusal to shift to Nkwazi House. Ms. Nawaki was speaking when she featured on Millennium Radio in Lusaka.
President Hakainde leaves office, he will be probably the most corrupt president.
Why?
Because he's only following others. And why do I say so? His association with the business community, he has not dissociated himself. The reason I say so is that he lives at his private house. We don't know what he's doing there. We don't even know if it's safe for the presidency. We are the people. We built a house for our president. And why, if he thinks that his house is safe, why is he spending state money to make it state secure, to make a private home state secure? We're just seeing the opera in America. Private documents in a private home. Now, my house of the state has been transferred to a private.
Some residents of Lubuto Ward in Dola's Kabushi constituency have complained of the persistent erratic water supply and poor sanitation in the area. Others have also complained of the bad road network. The residents I talked to have alleged that their constituency has not received its fair share of development despite their now former Member of Parliament having been a cabinet minister in the previous administration. More in the following report. Suspected hired assassins have shot dead headman Chitente in Mafinga district of Muchinga province. The criminal gang, locally known as Jambas, shot dead Emmanuel Mugala in the district that has recently experienced several sponsored killings of persons usually suspected to be practicing witchcraft. According to family members, Mr. Mugala was shot on August 24, 2022 at around 18 hours as he was coming from the bathroom and died on the way to Isoka Hospital. And in Tonga area Councillor Tamya Mugala has described the killing of Mr. Mugala as painful because he had the community's welfare at heart. Speaking during the burial ceremony, Mafinga constituency Member of Parliament Robert Chabinga warned that the vice of hiring killers to eliminate enemies should come to an end. Mr. Chabinga has disclosed that 30 police officers have been dispatched to Mafinga to bring the scourge under control. The area Member of Parliament has since pledged 50,000 kwacha to anyone who will come forward with information connected to the whereabouts of hired assassins in the district.
Grief and shock amid heavy police presence Sunday characterized the send-off of village headman Chitente. Residents came in numbers to bid farewell to their headman, 64-year-old Emmanuel Mugala, as he was put to rest Sunday, 28th August 2022. Mr. Mugala was shot dead by unknown people, locally referred to as Jambazi, who have terrorized this part of the country, having about 6 victims, succumbing to this terror in a space of 2 months. Jambazi is a Swahili word that means killing mercilessly. Mr. Mugala has been described by the family as a hard-working leader whose gap will be felt.
He would be bad to other people, but he was not bad to us as a family. And we have lost him, and a very big gap has been created. Why? The works that he has been doing will be undone in short time to come.
And Area Councillor Tamya Mugala says the service of the headman will be missed by the community.
To me and the entire village and the entire chiefdom, we have incurred a great loss. we don't know whether this gap will ever be filled, because we don't know whoever will try to fill it if it will be the same as that one.
Meanwhile, Area Member of Parliament Robert Chabinga has assured the people that security will be restored in the district at all costs.
Elections, Bantu, na member of parliament, wabantu abalenda, therefore kuchita offer. Uli also wishive amajambaze ko bekara n'abale shitisha abantu na chita offer 50,000 kwache ya Zambia.
With the deployment of about 30 police officers, it is hoped that security will be restored and the people of Mafinga will go about their daily lives freely.
Tuleta ndefo kutotera president hakainde chilema ba president bachalo panto got a problem na alisa alomba na kuli ba inspector general of police baremi kajobo kutera mpeniko ba polisi abantu kumafinga chachilamo ndefo kutota bala abakuro na bampera ba polisi.
Mr. Mugara survived by 2 wives and 12 children. For MUVI TV News, I'm Kaptula Afias in Mafinga.
You're watching MUVI TV's Men News. We take a break. Still to come as more news items. Stay tuned.
Are you at home and want an easier and faster way to access and manage your Airtel account? Download the My Airtel app from your app store. Open the app, enter your phone number, click on Request OTP, enter your one-time PIN, and congratulations! You can now use the My Airtel app to top up, pay bills, send money, and much more. Be smart, be safe.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Istana ya Afrika ya kubende chalo akamwana kanono no msepela kuikala chapamo kuribe kumunzi kuribe mutauni kumatero aliyense afunika kupende.
The Zambia Statistics Agency will this year conduct the 2021 census across the country. The census aims to count people in households, rural and urban, hospitals, military, police and correctional facilities. This numbering will extend to hotels, farms, as well as high-density areas with different families sharing a house and those in transitory locations. Every person in the country matters and should be counted because the census will benefit all, from migrants, refugees and street children, homeless people, the young and the old people, as well as persons with disabilities. Everyone counts. This message is brought to you by the Zambia Statistics Agency.
Welcome back. We continue with the news. Government has expressed optimism that the Public Order Act will be successfully reviewed. Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbo says he has no doubt that the Public Order Act will be amended in line with the wishes of the Zambian people. Speaking in an interview with Zanis on the sidelines of the stakeholders consultative meeting on the review of the Public Order Act, Mr. Mwimbo described the process as a milestone. He said government is on course to fulfill the pledge President Hakainde Hichilema made to the Zambian citizenry that the Public Order Act will be amended. The minister said government has opted to make the process as inclusive as possible. He added that this is the reason why different stakeholders have been invited to participate in the process. And the Zambia Law Development Commission ZLDC chairperson Justice Ruth Chibabuka has bemoaned the current Order Act, which she says has presented challenges to both rights holders and the duty bearers in its application and enforcement. Speaking at the same event, Justice Chibabuka said the review process has therefore presented the country and stakeholders with an opportunity to remove problematic provisions from the Public Order Act that stifle the enjoyment of the freedom of assembly. A horrid whirlwind has blown off roofing sheets from various houses in Siavonga and others collapsing to the ground, leaving about 50 families homeless. Some affected family members spoken to disclosed that some of the roofing sheets which were blown off landed into Lake Kariba around the Kamimbi area. And the area member of parliament, Darius Mulanda, says the affected families will be assisted using the 5% disaster management allocation and the community project component of the first quarter disbursement of the 2022 Development Fund, CDF, for Siavonga constituency. He said this when the District Disaster Management Committee, the council chairperson, district commissioner, and himself visited the affected families to assess the extent of the damage. The incident happened on Sunday, 28th August 2022, around 13 hours, and affected Mavulele, Navasi, Musika, Mutandalima, and other villages in Chief Simabamba's chiefdom.
More than 50 families have been left homeless after a whirlwind destroyed their houses on Sunday, 28th August 2022, around 13 hours in Mavulele, Navasi, Musika, Mutandalima, among other villages in Chief Simamba's chiefdom in Siavonga district.
Okay, then we move to the next
The District Disaster Management Committee, accompanied by the Council Chairperson, the District Commissioner, and the Member of Parliament, visited the affected families to assess the damage and see how best they can intervene.
To check on the houses that were affected by the whirlwind yesterday, the damage, those houses that were blown off, those that collapsed, and as you can see, like this house, these cracks came about when the roof was about to be blown off. Luckily enough, it was plastered with cement. That's how it couldn't fall off.
We are here to assess the extent of the damage as a result of whirlwind, which blew these houses, and the houses were destroyed, and people are really affected. And we are just here to assess, to see how a disaster management and mitigation unit in the district can come in, and also other possible means under the CDF. As you know, we have a component of disaster management.
And the area member of parliament, Darius Mulunda, assured that the affected families will get support from the government, as it is government's responsibility to take care of the well-being of the people. Mr. Mulunda further says that the affected families will be assisted using the 5% disaster management allocation under the community project component of the first quarter disbursement of the 2022 Development Fund CDF for Siavonga constituency.
Yeah, on the situation on the ground, so that yes, like we have read on the social media, that a few houses, there were 10 houses, these households homeless to some extent because they couldn't find use for the CDF, the disaster component from the CDF help these people by requesting possibly the iron sheets and other things that we feel we can give, including the food stuffs, because definitely they will need something to eat. There's many guidance outside, but we have.
Community Development and Social Services Minister Doreen Mwamba has clarified over the ongoing hot topic of the awarding of a contract of 75 motorbikes, saying the contract extension was done by an official of the ministry without seeking guidance. Ms. Mwamba has said that the contract, which is currently under investigation, was in fact awarded in April 2021, but was unfortunately extended by a ministry official without seeking guidance. She says that she personally looked at the file and raised concern, after which she forwarded the said contract to Acting Secretary to the Cabinet, Mr. Patrick Kangwa, and the Justice Minister Malambo Haimbe for further advice on the matter. She says it was during this period that the said document was leaked to the public and subsequently set a different narrative away from the true facts of the matter. She has therefore assured that the matter will be thoroughly investigated and that a consolidated report will be made available. The contract in question is for the supply of 75 motorbikes with a cost amounting to over 9,000 kwacha. Chongwe Municipal Council has commenced the construction of a modern fire station along Great East Road near Chalimbana turnoff in the Central Business District. The funding for the construction is part of the Equalization Fund, and completion is estimated to be at the cost of 1.6 million kwacha. Chongwe Council Public Relations Officer Cecilia Mkonkela says the cost may change due to market price fluctuations. She says the new fire station will have modern facilities and equipment that will supplement the local authorities' mandate of responding to emergencies in the district efficiently. The fire station is expected to be completed by the end of 2022.
So through our engineering department, we have started works for constructing a new and modern fire station. And this new fire station is going to have modern facilities and equipment that are going to supplement the council's mandate of responding to emergencies quickly. And the works here are slated to be completed by the end of this year.
Set of commercials due to Camber's more news items. Stay tuned.
This is Melvin.
Hi, Michael.
And this is his house. Melvin always has a lot of people over. Friends, friends of friends, friends of friends of friends. Everybody loves Melvin. And you wonder why. What is it about Michael? Sorry, Melvin. Probably his Airtel 4G Smart Box. 4G speeds for your home and office connects up to 32 devices.
Repentant residents of Lusaka's Ngalume area have apologized unreservedly to the Zambia Police Service for burning the Mwembeshi Community Police Post. The police post has been abandoned since 2020 when residents ran amok and burnt down the building during the period of the infamous countrywide gassing incidents. They have since appealed on the police command to immediately operationalize the police post. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga says the police post will only be operational once habitable.
Residents in Lusaka's Zingalume area have apologized to the Zambia Police Service for burning the Mwembeshi Community Police Post.
They have punished us for so long. It's have been quite long. So they let them find their place to forgive us over the same incidents.
Mwamene vina chitikira abantu pamene bana taking action wapwanya police. So apa maezi yametankala kuno kulibe police. Sikuti te bantu manje tapunzirirapo. So ba police bevi bafunika chabeba bwere basegule police. Otherwise monga vina chitika vopwanya police sifinga chitike futi. Tarapira kayise bamene te bantu tinazivutisa seka.
The police post has been abandoned since 2020 during the infamous countrywide gassing incidents where the local residents ran amok and burnt the building. This was after the residents suspected that the perpetrators of the gassing incidents were locked up in the community police post and decided to take the law into their own hands and burnt the post.
Basitacha understand vinapita vija bakululuke batiyanganirepo kaili futhi nabenze ko ija time maybe sibaliko pali pano tisaferemwe ise bakayele benango batisegulire batimvere ko chifundo batiyanganepo yankalisa police.
The residents complained that since the closure of the police post, crime levels have increased sharply. They complained that junkies are constantly terrorizing them even during the day.
Inachitika hivi vinapita. So tipempa boma yatu kuti tiyanganeko majanki atipesha kuno. Yamba manje na muzuba yange na muzuba kupwanya manyumba yatenga ma TV abantu usiku bantu boenda kuseni kumanchito kuti bapite babachitataki.
Majanki na mutabarifu ayiko. Kabiri no nshala ngupura plastic bag so ninkwata. 19 hours bafire bampoka. Wonse turenda ngonga masavechi. So policing yabakoika bakobwini.
They have apologized to both the officers who were stationed here and the entire police service, calling for them to immediately operationalize the police post.
Kabaisegule kaini yosira kudala. Kalibena problem ya utia iba imange niyo manga kudala kwa sara chabeni uko ku victim.
However, police spokesperson Ray Hamonga says the police post will only be operational once it is habitable for officers.
So it's not a question that the police don't want to operate from there because the community destroyed it and now the support is repairing it or rehabilitating it. Once they are done, they will let us know, then we'll move in and the police and start operating from there. So once they are done with the rehabilitation and the renovation, then we'll move in and police. So that can inform us once they are done so that we will make the renovation to the first place.
3 years ago, residents ran amok and burnt the Mwembeshi Community Police Post. This was after word got around that police had in custody suspects of the famous gassing incidents. To date, the police post remains abandoned. Virginia Chilongo, MUVI TV News, Lusaka.
Encroachers are slowly occupying land belonging to a community school in Chongwe, and the school authorities are concerned that the vice will deter future expansion plans. Malubemba Community School head teacher Zakaria Simunyeyembe has since appealed to government and relevant authorities to help secure the boundaries. Mr. Simunyeyembe says the community school only has a 1-by-3 classroom block despite housing about 800 pupils and plans to expand it. He was speaking during the groundbreaking ceremony of the construction of a 1-by-3 classroom block being undertaken by Zambia Open Community Schools, ZOX, and its partners. ZOX Executive Director Cleopatra Muma has urged the contractor working on the project to deliver quality works promptly. And officiating at the event, Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary Joel Kamoko has held ZOX for continued partnerships with government in improving community schools. Zambia Public Procurement Authority, ZPPA, has encouraged the use of an internet-based platform, the EGP system, in a bid to cut down on bad vices such as corruption. Speaking during a supply engagement workshop Tuesday morning in Lusaka, ZPPA Director General Ida Chela has since informed suppliers that intend to engage in public procurement processes to be registered on the EGP system in line with government's call for public entities to use electronic platforms. ZPPA says it will continually provide training and technical support to suppliers in order to increase the uptake and participation in tenders using the EGP system. And Ms. Taylor has further urged Zambian citizens and suppliers to take advantage of the provisions of the Public Procurement Act that favors citizen participation in a public procurement.
ZPPA would like to urge suppliers to take advantage of the e-learning modules in order to enhance their knowledge and use of the EGP system. ZPPA will continue to provide training and technical support to suppliers in order to increase uptake and participation of suppliers in tenders conducted through the EGP system. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to urge the Zambian citizens suppliers to take advantage of the provisions of the Public Procurement Act in relation to citizen participation in public procurement. In addition, it will enable the authority to receive feedback on challenges encountered in public procurement, like I mentioned before. Modules enable continuous learning on the EGP system and enhance learners' understanding of the principles, aims, and various procurement methods of public procurement. The e-learning modules, which are accessible on the ZPPA website, address challenges that may be encountered by suppliers when using the EGP system. We want money to remain in Zambia than every time it's being remitted outside.
The proprietor of a mine has encouraged fellow women to break the barriers and take on fields that are male-dominated. Aminata Diallo, who owns a mine in Mansa's Kabunda area, acknowledges that mining is male-dominated, but that women can also flourish in the industry. Mr. Diallo has since encouraged fellow miners to conduct mining activities in a manner that is environmentally friendly for the preservation of land and future generations. She has also urged women in the sector to support each other through knowledge enhancement on mining activities.
Mining has had the concept that it is a male-dominated field, and of course, I mean, it is notable in Zambia, particularly. Whenever anyone comes across, mining activities, the first thing you think about, okay, it's a male-dominated field. But me, being a woman here, that, of course, cancels that concept. So I would like to encourage my fellow women folk to take on, mining. It is an exciting industry in itself, and of course we should always make sure that we are doing, mining in a more sustainable way that does not, injure our environment in the long term. At the same time, we should empower each other. We should support each other as women. To be able to build ourselves. So for me, I am willing to impart my knowledge in mining to women folk that are willing to assist to go into this sector. I do assure you, yes, it has its challenges, especially from men who are in the sector, and you feel like you are undermined to a certain extent, that you're a woman and you're mining, or most of the time I'm sure she doesn't know what she's doing, what she's getting herself into. But Amazo Power Engineers have currently invested over $1.5 million in the mining venture itself. And we're looking to invest even more in the next coming year. So in line with, again, the announcements that were made by the Minister of Mines with regards to legalizing, mining and empowering and encouraging local miners, we thought that it would be best as a legal existing mining company that has a large-scale mine in the area, that we come in and support a government's.
Let's take a break. See you shortly.
How do you do that? I'm listening. Hey! Hey! Whoa! Hey! 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 Something like that.
Fidelity Stores has new items from a brand you can trust, Electromaster.
When looking for electrical home appliances, look no further than Electromaster, a brand you can trust.
Items include blenders, steam and dry pressing irons, mini cooker and ovens, single plate cooker, double plate cooker, single and double deep fryers, 18-inch stand fan, sandwich maker and toasters, rice cookers in all shapes and sizes, pizza pans, gas stoves and kerosene stoves, hair dryers, food processors and electric kettles. All items available at all Fidelity Stores outlets.
Electromaster, a quality product of Fidelity Stores.
Hurry now while stocks last. Fidelity Stores, quality goods, affordable prices.
Mwabantu, tienti pangeko drama pameti yembekezera grand draw. Mungawine up to 2,000 kwata pama daily draws. Mungawine up to 20,000 kwata pama weekly draws by dialing star 265 star 13275 star 5 hash send. Munga kalezeni mamoto kai BMW 650i ngati mute ya magemu 5 eka. Yes, so play the game at any time. Kuseni muzuba mumazulo. Also, catch us on the live broadcast of the new deal game show every day at 17 to 18 hours. So play the game, play the game, play the game, play the game, play the game.
Welcome back, and now the rest of the news. Chief Muyombe of the Tumbuka-speaking people of Mavinga district has urged government officials in Muchinga province to work in harmony if the area is to see any meaningful development. The traditional leader noted that without unity of purpose to support the government of the day, the province will remain backwards and not have any major development. He was speaking when the district and provincial leadership paid a courtesy call on him at his palace. Chief Muyombe has since reminded the officials in the province that they are to be servants of the people, who are the real masters in a democracy.
My appeal to you, Honorable Minister, Permanent Secretary, is let us work and support the government. That chair where I'm sitting, it means if you are sitting in the office, that office is a public office. It's not an individual. People were there, they went. The chair is still there waiting for somebody else to come and sit on it. Others came, they went. The chair is still there waiting for somebody to sit on. Being it a public office, you have stretched your arms to welcome everybody. Even now, with those who are now in the opposition, accommodate them. Is when we shall move nicely. When you accommodate them, they will be seeing some sense in you. You find that yesterday they belonged to Tree Party. They will move from Tree Party to Fish Party because you have shown them that you are there to care for them. let us do the work. Definitely, one day we shall achieve our aims.
Motorists in Mansa have appealed to government to come up with a mechanism that will standardize the cost of fuel, as the fluctuating pump prices are not helpful to the economy. In a random interview with MUVI TV and Pusweke, a taxi driver has urged the Energy Regulation Board (RB) to reconsider the monthly adjustments, saying the situation does not help in planning. And Gilbert Kunda echoed his counterpart's remarks, saying monthly reviews are contentious and disadvantaging the business community, passengers and transporters. Meanwhile, Peter Bwalia, another motorist, has expressed optimism fuel prices will continue to go down. Home Affairs and Internal Security Minister Jack Mwimbu is confident that the newly commissioned Public Security Information System will enhance security in the country. And Mr. Mwimbu says that currently the country has grappled with internal security due to lack of modern equipment that proactively combats emerging crime. He has, however, expressed optimism that the public security information system is a step in the right direction, especially with advancements in technology. The minister was speaking at an event held in a Sekanze police camp in Lusaka.
Government, through the Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, has commissioned the National Command Center for Public Safety. This project has been set by the Chinese technology firm ZTE. Speaking at the event, Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security Jack Mwimbu said the facility is for a purpose of improving security and peace in the country by means of installing street cameras in key areas.
It is my singular honor and privilege to declare the Safe City Project commissioned and handed over to the 5 security wings under the ministry for immediate use. I also wish to call upon other security wings of the government to come on board and utilize this facility for the security of this country to be enhanced.
At the same event, ZTE Zambia Chief Executive Officer said the Safe City project is one of the largest projects the Chinese company has undertaken in its 20-year history.
Safe City project is a project providing an integrated solution for public security in cooperation with Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security. ZTE is greatly honored and grateful for the trust of the ministry and work with all of the colleagues together to ensure this project completed in good time. As one of the most important projects for ZTE Zambia in its history of more than 20 years in Zambia, of our footprint in Zambia.
Meanwhile, Deputy Head of Mission at the Chinese Embassy said the high-tech project will serve Zambians well in terms of security.
Today I am glad to participate in the commissioning ceremony of the Public Security Information System Safe City project. By visiting this future National Command Center of Zambia, I am deeply inspired that ZTE has successfully completed the construction of this high-tech, high-standard, state-of-the-art, and high-quality project. In the face of challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic, in recent years, ZTE has actively overcome various difficulties, smoothly promoted project construction and delivery, and made important contributions to the promotion of Zambia's Safe City network.
Joanne Mwete reporting for MUVI TV News in Lusaka.
The Republican Progress Party, RPP, has proposed that a law should be crafted that should make it criminal for any parent or guardian not to educate a child from grade 1 to 7, especially now that the free education. Acting RPP President Mwaka Monga says it should now be mandatory for every child to be educated so that they can at least get the basics of education is the key to success. And Mr. Monga has applauded government for implementing the free education policy, saying it is one of the many scores, including increased constituency development funds and open employment opportunities. A 57-year-old woman of Mombasa Chief Mungule's chiefdom in Shamamu village is on the verge of losing her land after squatters invaded her space. Speaking in an interview with MUVI TV News in Lusaka, Gertrude Malanya narrated how unknown persons came to her village and settled on a piece of land. She says she has tried all means such as engaging elders in the matter, as well as taking the matter to court, but that nothing was concluded as the parties involved were told to resolve the matter outside the court. Mrs. Malanya is now seeking government to help in getting back her land.
Shamasamu village iri ku area ya Namayani anda Chibombo, so tina problem ya muntu anabbe kumunzi ala bativute land yo mabiko ni akafune ativuta tafutana naye ntawi itali timpeleka kukoti kwa muntawi itali timpeleka kukoti kwa mungule kuja adelera konsoja sometimes sama bwelako na kubwelako muminzi monse mwa abantu bonse munzi kwamba kufaka mukati na nyumba abantu inda kungela kumozi landi yake yamene sana pasiwa akipani banabwela silandi yamene atenga silandi yamene atenga atate bake tipe mushemushe mpaka bamwalira bati mwana wao ni wamene ativutisisa kutengera kumozi na manda zonse olokuti tiende so mwende muzindi mwazione because ba chief banachita kudala chite chofa kuti bantu kuja baende bachekinge manje bantu bamene bafunika tibabwe basenze kati tata imoja kuti demonongeka demoja paper ati mataito deed yachoka itikachoka ivuta ati ya irandi na mataito bati fedife bene bake bachani bamunzi nanga mataito bwanji uyo muntu amene achita zo zina yake ni hivyo ni chuka muntu chabobwera mumunzi simunzi wa munzi ni watu chabobwera mumunzi simunzi wa munzi ni watu ni hivyo ni chuka.
Sit-in protest at the Zambia Agency for Persons with Disabilities, ZAPID, has ended day 16 with allegations of bribery and fake promises from government officials emerging. Speaking on behalf of the group, Peter Nkunika has alleged that ZAPID management attempted to bribe them with 300 kwacha each to abandon their cause, but that they rejected the offer. He further says that the permanent secretary from State House promised to come through to settle the matter with them, but that he did not show up. However, the Minister for Community Development, Doreen Wamba, says the protest is illegal, stating that the office premises are not meant for permanent human habitation, as they do not have ablution blocks.
Is what persons with disabilities thought would easily meet their demands, which includes investigations into the alleged sale of ZAPID resources and the return of Mr. Goma, who is their former Director General, into his position. But to no avail, it seems there is no response from the higher authorities, despite them protesting for more than 15 days. Speaking to MUVI TV News, Peter Nkunika, on behalf of others, alleges that ZAPID management wanted to bribe them with the amount of 300 kwacha each in order to abandon the case.
You can start now the deal. First of all, let me see how you have arranged this. Let me compare the list I gave you yesterday and the list I've given you, you are doing here, compiling here. So that's how I got it. I retrieved these papers to say that we are not here to be bribed. We are not here to be bribed. So can you please right now go with your money? That's how they went. They scampered when they saw that I've gotten these papers. Now my appeal is that to our President, His Excellency, Hakainde Hichilema. That is that. Is this not what you are looking for, which I am holding in my hands? Are you not the one who is telling that this new Dawn government has come to finish up, to end up corruption? Now I am holding corruption in my hands. Surely, our father of this nation, Zambia, why can't you listen to us persons with a disability? Why can't you come to us and hear more about us? How we are treated here in Zambia?
However, the Minister of Community Development, Doreen Mwamba, has described the protest as illegal.
Even the protest has got a limit. As you know, that is an office premises, and it hasn't got ablution facilities to accommodate people. Then the night. So on that score, that's when it becomes an illegal assembly. If they wish to protest, it is their democratic right to do so. But staying or leaving at an office block is illegal.
Esther Nkoma, MUVI TV News, Lusaka.
That brings us to the end of our main news. Let's take a look at the stories that made headlines once again. At risk of being followed for corruption activities after Office Nawakwi has charged. Zangalume residents apologize for burning down police post. Encroachers at target community school land in Chongwe. Hired assassin shoot dead headman Chitente. 50 families are left homeless as nasty whirlwind reduces houses to rubble in Siavonga. Thank you so much for watching the news. This has been Jessie Colombo. Continue enjoying the rest of our programming on MUVI TV.